This meeting is basically to bring us together. My name is Gabriel Cornejo. I'm from Houston, Texas. I'm affected with a paternity fraud. It's completely unrelated if you ask me, but here's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with family courts. And I understand that we all have different issues that we're dealing with. I mean, if we sit here and talk about every single issue, we can spend here 2 or 3 days going over everything. So what I would like to happen today will be for people to get up, introduce yourselves, let us know what your knowledge and capabilities are, so we can put together a team to fight the family court system. We have got to unite. The main reason why we have to unite is because the Texas Family Law Foundation unites every year, and they fight us every year, and every year they win. You know, we are a force to be reckoned with, but unfortunately, we are not focusing our energy and our knowledge to where it's more effective. You know, we're shooting a shotgun in comparison to a rifle. We're not being accurate. We're all over the place. And I believe that we put all our teams together, all the groups in Texas, and all our knowledge together, we can accomplish a lot more. You know, they're not, Texas Family Law Foundation, the committee does not take us very seriously because we ourselves are not organized, and we need to learn to be organized. You know, sessions coming up, 2019. We're facing the hardest and biggest opponent we all have. The biggest enemy facing us. And that enemy is sitting in this room amongst ourselves. We are our own worst enemies. Because we're working against each other. They don't have to fight us, we fight ourselves. And I think it's time for us to stop. I don't think there's one person in this room's issues or personal point of view is more important than the future of our children. So we will learn to put our differences aside and learn to work together forward. Leave the past in the back. It's gone. Let's focus on what's ahead. Some change is better than no change. So I'm thankful to you all for being here. I'm hopeful to God that we can work together. And I'm looking forward to a better future in Texas for ourselves and our children. We need to understand one thing. I get it. We're all upset. If I can sit here and talk about the things I've gone through, I can spend the whole day doing it again. But you see, the more I mention the more I'm talking about myself. In any court, you're talking about the parent. That is how our enemies have been able to keep us at whole. When we get up to tell a testimony and we talk about our own story, we're not referring to the children, we're talking to our own personal experience. So therefore, this is not for the kid, this is for the parent. We have got to learn to separate. The less we use I, the more we're directed to our message. The more we refer to other people's cases and not mention ours, the more distant from the situation we become, and the more effective our message will be. And that's what we're here for. We're here to learn from each other, separate from the issue itself, and fight for someone else. Unfortunately, being an adult comes with prices. An adult can live without a child. It may hurt, it may not be something you enjoy, but we can survive. It is what it is. But a child cannot live without his parents. Huge difference. So we've got to learn to be strong. I'm not going to sit here and give you guys empty promises. For some of us, the fight is over. You might not get to see a kid again. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. The truth is the truth. But this fight is not about you. This is about these children. Do you want our children to grow up in a world where your whole family lineage can be erased? What if she happens to have made a decision and marry the wrong person? That's it. You no longer have grandchildren. That's it. It stops. Everything stops. No, we can't allow that to happen anymore. And in order for us to focus on what we need to do, we must learn to separate. Our biggest issues as a movement is that we don't get to vent. You go to court, you try to talk, they don't let you talk. You show evidence, they don't care, you're still guilty. Somebody said you did something, you didn't do it, they don't need no evidence. Somebody said a hearsay, that's enough to find you guilty. So you walk into a room that no matter what you do, you have no way to vent. No way to vent. How come I don't get to say anything, but she gets to talk? How come I don't get to say anything, but he gets to talk? It happens vice versa. So what happens now, they have built this monster that goes online, fights everybody who talks to him, who doesn't think the way he thinks. And I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm arrogant enough to believe that my way is going to be the only way. I believe that every single one of us hold the key to open the unlocked door. We can put our knowledge together and work together. You might have the answer that I've been looking for in months, but yet I don't know that because I don't listen to you. Or you. And that's what we're here to do. We don't want to be that animal that doesn't vent. Engines have an exhaust system that vent. Pressure cookers, they have a little thing on top that vents. What do you think will happen to anything that does not vent? They blow up. And that's what we're dealing with. A lot of our members, they blow up. And they don't look at the good behind it. They don't look at the father that's spending thousands of dollars to be with his kid, or the mother that can't sleep at night because she's thinking about her children. They look at that guy that blew up online and put the wrong thing on there. Now, 1 second, that's all they're going to look at. Because that's what they want. That's what they're going to use. I'm going to give you a couple of names. And you tell me what you think. A poodle. Nothing at all. How about a chihuahua? Right? But what if I said pit bull? The first thing that comes to your mind is, oh, aggressive dog. I met a lot of pit bulls, and some of them are the sweetest things ever. But yet the name brings you that awareness, and that's what's happening to us. They're seeing parent movement, oh, trouble. We've got to change our perspective. We're giving them exactly what they want. And they want us fighting each other. Because we have issues with parental alienation, we have issues with separation, we have all kinds of issues. And just because we're dealing with one issue does not mean that the other issue is not important too. They're all important. But there's so many of them, we're not focusing our power into finishing one. And so every session we end up with nothing. Instead of focusing on the three main ones and then keep moving forward and not stopping. I mean, we can go on and on with the CPS and everything else. But this is about understanding what we're dealing with. And reaching out to our members and letting them know, we understand you're upset. We understand you're broke. We understand you're worn out, beat down. This is what they want out of you. So we can't fight back, do what we should. It is hard to take it in. And to sit at that level, you have to put all your hurt and pain we feel inside and understand. Very clever enemy. If they tell you, hey, sell your car, this is over with, you'll sell your car. Get rid of the house and move on. You'll get rid of your house. Hey, take my clothes. Take anything. But if I take away your children, are you going to give up that fight? Smart, it's very smart enemy. So, let's pray to God that we can work together. We're here to listen to each other. I'm not here to argue or debate with anybody, because you know what? What you believe is what you believe, and we have to be adults enough to respect it. We're here to learn from each other, take in data, and hopefully put a group together that we can fight. Because in unity is the only way we have power. And the number one thing that has to stop right now in this room is sexist. There's no women and there's no men in this room. I see a bunch of parents. And if this movement expects to move forward, we need to stop labeling sexist, because it's not a woman's fault or a man's fault. Because in the end, all parents and all children are being hurt by the system. So let's get this thing rolling. If you guys can come up, I would like you guys to talk about yourselves, about what you've dealt with in the system as far as experience-wise, what you can bring to the table. I'm interested in what you can do for this movement. Don't get me wrong, we're not here just to talk. I'm going to use every single one of you for your best. For example, I'm a mechanic. If your car breaks down, you're welcome to call me. I got you. But if you get a heart attack, please go to the hospital, because I can't do anything with you. One more thing. I want everybody to put your hands together for Mr. Mark. He flew all the way from the field. I'll let him introduce yourself, and I do want everybody to come up here. You better not be camera shy or be able to talk. I'm nervous right now, you can't tell, but I'm good with it. So we're going to take turns, and I want you, even the kids, you're going to introduce yourself. You hear me?